here we're back with Warfighter, and we are going to play a short scenario from the jungle theatre, I guess. I have a separate video which explains a little bit about Warfighter and the background of the game itself. So I won't go into this now, but I will try and adjust the camera. Okay, so and we will zoom in a little more. So what we have to do is we have to get from here to there, and there will be two locations in between, so we have to negotiate two locations before we can go to the VIP sit down. In order to take out the VIP sit down, we need to inflict 4 kills against the defeat cover of 3. So in order to destroy the structure, and any hostiles will screen the house. We've got 3 soldiers. We've got Holt, who is the player soldier, and he allows us to draw 7 cards because he's got 7 health. We've got Rowe as the squatty. He has 2 actions, and we also have Barton, and he is only range 0, so he cannot fight at range 1 or 2, and he's got 1 action per round. Holt is carrying an M4 carbine, and he has 1 set of ammunition. He's also got M2 munitions, 3 of them. He has an ACOG sight, which means that all of his attack rolls are +1. And he also has an hydration pack, which allows him once per turn to draw an additional, or draw a card. And he can do this 6 times throughout the mission. Okay, so let's see. We have, at the start of the first soldier turn, recon 1 location. Let's see if we have any locations in hand. And I'm just going to spread out the hand like this, and you can't see it. So let's adjust this some more. We have take cover, suppress, advance, snapshot, move out, shake it off, and combined fire. So we can do a recon, so we can draw the first location card that we find. So that's snapshots, not a location, suppress, clearing. So we will just shuffle these back in. It's free to play. But it means that we push it out. We push the VIP sit down out by 1. So we have to add 1 more location between it and us, but it doesn't have any reinforcements. The question is if we want to do this. I'd rather, yeah. Yes, we will play it. And it's free to play, so we don't have to take an action to play it. It has no reinforcements, and we're going to draw 3 points worth of hostiles, and we draw 3 points worth of hostiles. When drawn, place in the frontmost soldier's location. Soldiers cannot leave this location. Now, this is a question that I have. I suppose this only works if they are not suppressed, but being suppressed would also mean that people can move out. I will play it this way because I saw another playthrough where somebody said, you know, when they are suppressed, you can do stuff as if they weren't there. So I'm just going to play it like this. Okay, so We have 5 actions this round. Entrance cost for this is 3. And this means that Barton, our squaddy, could move in without me having to expend cards. And for Ro, I would have to expend 1 card, and for myself, I would have to expend 2 cards unless I play something else. Okay, so let's see. First of all, Barton is going to attack these guys for his 1 action. And he rolls a 10 and a 1, which means he definitely suppresses one of them. Ro is going to attack. And he rolls an 8 and a 6. So he kills 1 for his first action. And and he's going to do it again. And he rolls a 6 and an 8, which is a definite kill. So I assume that this means we can ignore the text now. So I will do this, and I will play advance, which means I don't have to do anything here. So this is my first action. And for my second action, no, then I'm going to play, no, I can't. For my second action, no, actually I'm going to play Snapshot, sorry, which allows me to make an attack without having to spend an action. And I rolled a 2, which is not enough, but also no reload, that's fine. I'm going to expend an action to try and attack them, because there's nothing else really that I can do, because for everything else I would need XP. And I rolled a 2, which is not enough, but again, at least nothing else. So this goes away. We are at the end of our turn. Now it's the hostiles' turn. First of all, we would draw reinforcements, but there are no reinforcements for the entrance card, and there are no reinforcements for the card that we're in. So nothing happens. Next up, these guys would attack, but they can't because they're either dead or suppressed. If we have enemies that require close range, they would now move, but we don't have this. So now they remove 1 suppress counter, and this is only 1 per card. If there was more than 1 suppress counter, only 1 would be removed. We move the counter. Everyone refreshes their actions. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to let Barton try and kill these guys. And he does. With a 5 and a 4, that's just enough. 5 breaks their cover easily, and 4 is just enough for him to get rid of them. So this card is discarded, and we gain 3 experience points. And these are shared amongst us. That's very good. So now we are going to play Move Out for 1 point so that Barton can move out because he has no action left. And he doesn't need to expend, I don't need to expend cards for his movement because he has movement 3. Let's see. And and we're going to play 2 cards, suppress. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expend one of my hydration packs to draw 1 card. Snapshot. Okay. Okay, so that wasn't what I wanted, but that's fine. So we're gonna play suppress and take cover. And this, no, we just need to play 1 actually. Yeah, so we're just gonna play suppress. And this is enough to get Row to move in here for his first action. And then I'm going to take 1 action to draw 3 cards. I'm going to discard snapshot. No, I'm going to discard 1 snapshot and 1 advance. And draw another, spend another action to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we do get an we get a deep jungle, which we can't play because I don't have an action left, but that's okay. Okay, so that's the end of our turn. There are no enemies, so everybody refreshes. And we are going to play, so I'm going to spend 1 action, Holt is going to spend 1 action to be more precise, to play Deep Jungle. We draw 4 points of hostiles, 2 points. And it's an event. Pay 2 XP or move the timer. Okay, we're going to pay 2 XP, but it still counts, so this goes away. It's got no reinforcements, which is really good. So what we're going to do is first of all, Barton is going to move for his action. And then we're going to oh, sorry, I forgot to draw an attack. Yeah, they would be facing Barton. This guy would attack him. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play Combined Fire. And this gives me +1 and everyone else to their ranged attacks. Now Barton can't make use of this because he has no ranged attack. So, and I'm gonna use burst mode. So first of all, no, that's really good. No reload. I didn't break cover. But I did suppress him. Then Row is going to take an action. and he is going to move, and then he's going to attack. He doesn't break cover and he doesn't do anything, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to expend one of my hydration packs and draw a card. It's advance. I'm going to play snapshot and try and attack this guy one more time using burst mode. And I have a reload, so that's not good. And nothing happens really. I would have suppressed him one more time. Okay, so and for my last action, I'm going to move. And that's the end of the round. Oh, actually, no, it was to just not to the break cover. Okay. So now nothing really happens because there is no reinforcement. They can't attack because they are suppressed. Now if there was somebody who needs close range to be able to attack us, they would now move towards us, but that's not the case either. So now we just remove the suppression counter, and we're now on turn 5. I need to spend one action to reload, which I'm doing now. So I only have, Holt only has one action left. So first of all, our friend Barton is trying to take out this guy. And he does. For a 6 and a 4, that's just enough. So this one goes away. And the good thing is we get 2 XP. So my second action, so now I'm going to first of all expend one of my hydration packs and draw a card, reloading. I could have used that earlier. So that didn't really work. So I'm going to, we really need, yeah, I'm just going to discard all of my cards, spend an action and draw 7 cards. I need a location. 6. No location. Okay. Do we have anything that we can use? No. Okay. There is nothing we can do this turn. So we have 2 unspent so first of all I'm going to I'm going to keep squad entry. And steady aim, but I'm going to, no, I'm going to keep combined fire and steady and squad entry. And I'm going to discard 5 cards. With one action, I'm going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No location. Good comms. Add 1 to the hand size of all player soldiers until the end of the soldier turn in the fight. Sniper support. Okay, so what we're going to do is, haha. We're going to play good comms, supported with 1, which increases our hand size to 8. We're then going to expend one of our, which didn't help. So we are now going to discard, we're now going to spend a second action to discard stealth kill. 4. Draw 4 more cards. 2. No! We have 8, so until the end of our turn, is there anything in there that we can use? I'm gonna discard this one. Okay, so end of the turn, nothing happens. This is terrible. Okay, first action is we're going to just discard all of our cards. And draw 7 new ones. This has never happened before. Ah, here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have an incline, which has reinforced 0, and we have river reinforced none. Okay, we're gonna play river. We require 2 to play. Not an action, so that's good. So we're going to play these 2. And the good thing is it reduces the hostile number of the following location by 2. So now we need to draw, and we need to draw 4 hostile points. And we draw a jungle cartel smugglers twice. No, this is a different one. This is elite guards that move towards. When drawn, place in the objective card. Okay, that's good. So they don't enter play now, which is really brilliant because they're over the limit already. So they would go away because the limit is now 2. So that was lucky. And I just assume that I don't have to keep drawing. Or I do. Do I? Yeah. So we have 6. So yeah, I may be making this more difficult for me, but I don't care. So anyway, I'm now going to do the following. I'm going to declare steady aim, and I'm going to attack these guys. Or would I rather move? No, there's actually no point. I'm actually going to move. So first of all, we're going to play on point. After you discard the to enter, the entrance cost is reduced by, well, they don't even need this. Oh, yes, they do. Okay, so I move in here. And for this, I need to discard 2 cards. I'm going to discard Incline, and I'm going to discard Ravine. So now the entrance cost is only 1. So that was my second action. Next up we have Roe, and he's going to attack twice. At range. And 5-0 basically kills these guys, kills one of them. And he's going to do this again, hopefully. And he rolls a 5 and a 4. That's not enough, but it does suppress one of them. Sorry, I forgot to draw the... This one is going to attack Roe, and this one's going to attack me. Okay, so that's his 2 actions. And then Barton is just going to move up. I don't have any cards that I can play. So now what's going to happen is we're going to draw in reinforcements, but there aren't any, so that's not happening. what happens next is these guys get to attack. So this one has only one person left, so they attack Row and only hit on a 6+. And they rolled a 1 and a 7. So they did not break cover, so he is suppressed. This one is going to attack me, and there is 3 of them. And they roll a 6 and a 6, so they do 2 wounds. Which means that my hand size is now 5. And that was the end of the turn. 1 suppress counter goes away. We now spring back to action. Row uses one of his actions to remove the his suppressed counter. So first of all, Barton is going to attack these guys. And he rolls a 9 and a 1, which means they're suppressed. That's his action. I'm going to draw 1 card using my hydration pack, double tap. Play when you declare a semi-attack at range 0. Automatically get an attack roll of 10 and defeat cover roll 6. First of all, I'm going to activate this. This is not an action as far as I can tell. We have 2, and we draw 1 guy, and we draw another guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play steady aim, and I'm going to try and take these guys out. And I take the first one out, very good, because I rolled a 6, which breaks his cover easily, in an 8 and a 7, and my kill roll is 8, because I have the ACOG's sight. So that's good. And then I try to do this again. Now, why am I doing this? Because I cannot go in here and take out this building without when there are people in front of it. So we won't be able to actually win this now, because we only have 1 more turn. Oh, we might if we're lucky. And I roll a 6, which breaks his cover, and an 8, which is enough because I've got the, so he goes away as well. So I take 1 additional point, but I've also spent all of my actions. So now Row is going to attack these guys. He's going to attack these. And he breaks their cover. But he doesn't make the kill. Still, he suppresses 1 of them. And now it is their go. So first of all, we would draw reinforcements, but that doesn't happen. Secondly, they attack for 2, and they attack Row. And they do break cover, but they don't do anything else to him, so he is suppressed. And it's their go, so they've gone now. These guys attack me. and they don't break cover and they don't hit at all, so nothing happens. So now one of them goes away, and we're now on our last turn. I'm going to expend my last hydro pack. That doesn't help. Okay, so I'm going to move in here for one action. And now my problem is that I wonder, snapshot. Does this work just for, well, it doesn't say. You or any soldier may perform an attack without spending an action. So first of all, I'm going to spend an action to use my M2 to attack the building. And I make it. The M2 works as follows. Add 5 to attack and penetration rolls against vehicles and structures. So my penetration roll is 2 plus 5 is 7. The cover is 3, so I've made it. I've broken cover. And I kill on an 8. So 6 plus 4 is 10 and 5 plus 4 is 9. So I inflict 2 wounds, as it were, on this building. So that was my second action because I moved. The question now is, snapshot, you may perform an attack without spending an action. I assume that this also goes for throwing explosives. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to read it this way. And if I can repeat this, then we have managed to make it by the skin of our teeth. And we do, because we break cover easily. We have a 10 and a 14, which inflicts 2 kills. So we have taken down the VIP guys in there. So I've completed my actions. And that's the end of the scenario. Now, the fact that these guys are still there doesn't really matter because we've taken out the VIP sit down. So, for those of you who have visited my other video on this game, you will have heard that I was not very happy with the game. That when I first played it at the beginning of the year, or whenever I got it, I can't even remember, it didn't click. And it was really a game that didn't grip me, and I felt it was strange and, you know, maybe even overly complicated for what it really was and what I got out of it. Something has happened, I don't know what it is, but I've been playing this now for the last couple of days. I think this is my 5th playthrough, the first one that I'm filming, and I've been having a blast. And I really get involved and I really get into the story that is being told through these cards. So I would like to play a campaign. For those of you who would like to get into the game, the rules are really badly written, but that's DVG for you. However, there's a DVG video, which is really good and which allows for you to get a very good tutorial, which means you do not have to read the rules at all. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be reading the rules, you know. I think rules are written for people to read them, you know. I'm not saying don't read the rules, but I am saying that the rules may be a little bit problematic because they don't cover some of the points, and other points are covered in a way where I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is actually helpful to somebody who's trying to read the rules, you know. So I would suggest that if you're interested in the game and if you've got the game, if you've been struggling with the game, go and watch that video. And secondly, don't use the playmat that comes with the game because it actually doesn't really help the game flow at all. So these are my 2 pieces of advice if you are interested in playing the game but somehow have not been able to get into it. Don't use the rules as they are written, but go and look at the rule videos. And secondly, just create the location tableau without using the actual board, because the board doesn't really help you with playing the game at all. It's almost counterintuitive in a way. So this is my my first playthrough on the video. With regard to the campaign, you can link several missions together to form a campaign. To do this, select a region and hostile type as normal, then select the mission cards you want to use in your campaign. Arrange the mission cards in order from the fewest resource points to most resource points. You will conduct the missions in that order. Shuffle all objective cards for your region and draw the first one. You now have the mission and objective for your first mission. Select your player soldiers as normal, but there is one restriction. You cannot purchase skilled cards at this time. You will use these player soldiers throughout the campaign. As long as a player soldier is fit for duty, he must participate in the mission. You are free to purchase weapons, ammo, and equipment as you like for each mission after purchasing your player soldiers. None of the gear carries over to the next mission. You may also purchase non-player soldiers and squad soldiers on a mission-by-mission basis as normal. At the end of the mission, the team earns campaign points equal to the objective's location number, which would be 4. If the objective card was the location 4, the team would earn 4 CPs. And you spend the CPs as follows. You are free to divide these campaign points how you like between the player soldiers. You may only purchase skill cards with these points. Each CP equals 1 resource point when purchasing skills. Each soldier may also save their points and buy skills between future missions. So, as you complete each mission, place the mission and objective cards aside. You will not use them again. If you ever fail to complete a mission, your campaign ends and you use the rules below to determine the level of success. So that's what I'm going to do. So, these two go away. And for the next game, we will be facing, if I can find my... Well, I didn't do it with the fewest resources to the most resources, but that's fine. So we're going to, these are missions and these are objectives, so we're going to choose the next one. Oh, I should take these in order now. 45, 85, 60. Oh, actually, by chance, I did it the right way. So the next one would be the river approach. 45 resources, time 11, objective 5 minus loadout minus 0. Subtract 1 from the hostile value of the locations and the objective. Okay, so let's see what we get as an objective. And we get cartel boss. So this would be our next mission. We have 4 points that I can use to give Mr. Holt skills, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be very interested in this, and I'm going to probably start writing a little diary where I record what happens, because I really find this game very, very captivating. So I hope that I was able to maybe infect you as well a little bit, because I think this is a really good game. I'm even thinking that I might be looking into getting some of the smaller expansions. I don't know if I would like to go to a different theater. You know, there is a World War II theater as well, but I'm not sure if I would like that, because I'm actually quite happy with the modern version. But, you know, it's an interesting game, and it is a really nice storytelling experience. And as you know, this is what it is about for me in many cases. I want my games to tell a story. I want my games to provide me with progression, if possible, but also with life. It needs to breathe life, and this game breathes life. And I'm very sorry that I didn't get to play this earlier, because I believe I missed out on it, but that's fine. It's never too late, I guess. So I wish you all a happy rest of the day. Bye bye.